Hey, what's up? It's Fernando from The Way Home. And, these days with all the media options and the streaming and stuff, it's hard to figure out what to watch. Well, Odin's got you. It's Odin's TV and movie picks of the week. Welcome, Odin. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. I've been dealing with some snow here the past week, but things mostly getting back to normal at this point. And let's just say we were able to watch a lot of things together as a family. And so I've got several recommendations for this week.
Awesome. All right, man. What you got?
All right, starting off with I think the best film on my list which is the old school Robin Hood movie.
Oh, nice. Is
That's
that the
right.
animated one?
The animated one with the foxes.
With the fox.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely. And when I say that my son loves it, I cannot understand that enough. I mean, he's obsessed with the music. He's obsessed with the opening song with the whistling. He asks us to do it all the time now. And it's just amazing how a movie, even as old as that one is still somehow able to have that staying power to it. And so it really just speaks to the quality of the movie, the quality of just how animation was done back in the day, especially back in like the 50s and 60s. And I think it's a great film for most people to watch. And that's why, for me, I give this a 9.5 out of 10, one of the highest scores that I've really given a film, because it still holds up really well. And it tells the story of Robin Hood with foxes and fun music. So, I mean, what else do you need at this point in a movie?
The whistling thing is the rooster, right? The
Yes.
rooster troubadour guy.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is the rooster troubadour, and it's I believe Phil Harris is the guy that does the voice of Little John,
Okay.
and I think he does some of the he's the voice of Baloo from
Oh,
the Mowgli and
Jungle Book. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I used to think that Baloo was voiced by John Wayne.
Mm.
Like I had this myth built up in my head, like, oh, that's John Wayne's voice, and it does sound like him, but no, not John
Yeah.
Wayne. Sorry to disappoint you if you were also misled. I guess I misled myself on that one.
Oh yeah, and Roger Miller, I believe, is the guy who does the actual like singing and like the musical intonations of him. But yeah, it's a really solid film that if you've never seen before, I don't know where you've been, but definitely recommend it. Great watching for the whole family.
Excellent.
And that was kind of like the theme of a lot of the stuff that we watched, a lot of stuff for the whole family. So I'm going to combine two films together. So I don't know if you've seen the Paddington movies.
No, I haven't.
Okay, they're actually
right.
pretty good. I
Pretty
think the
good,
second
okay.
one, I think the second
Cool.
one's better than the first one. First one sets the stage. It's about this cute little bear that loves marmalade. And what was interesting was I think it was Nicole Kidman who really wanted to have and be in a movie that like her kids and that younger kids could actually enjoy and watch. And so she plays like the villain in the first movie, but it's like that fun campy villain that people can enjoy and that kids could even enjoy too.
Nice.
And so they're able to do that in the first movie and then even pick up on it with the second one. So that's why for me, the first movie, again, I think it's really, really good. And I think it is something that most kids are going to enjoy as well. My son is, again, also obsessed with Paddington Bear. But that film's like an 8 out of 10, where I think Paddington 2 is an 8.5 out of 10, because now he gets framed for a crime. And so now he has to spend time in the big house.
Raising the stakes here.
Exactly. And you think like, oh, I don't know if I want, prison and like my kids' movies. Like, oh no, trust me, they make it as light as they possibly can.
Right.
And in fact, they start making marmalade in the prison. They start making a bunch of recipes. And then the best part is that at one point, Paddington's put in charge of laundry and something red gets in with the mix. And so they all have pink prison uniforms. So it's, again, very, very lighthearted.
So
And I
this is
think
not Scared Straight, is what you're telling me.
no, this is definitely not
no,
Scared
okay.
Straight. No, not by any means. Another film recommendation for this week is the movie Tangled. I don't know if you ever saw Tangled.
Yes, that is my wife's favorite. She
Yes.
loves Rapunzel.
Yes, underrated in my opinion is Tangled. It kind of went under the radar.
Great. Yeah.
Music's great, and surprisingly not a Pixar film. It's actually from Disney Animated Studios. So there are some movies that come from the Walt Disney Animation proper, and then there's others that are collaborations with Pixar. This is not a Pixar film, and yet it honestly is just one of the highest quality films that they have done probably in the last 20, 30 years. As you mentioned, great score, great music, great story as well. It tells the story of the power of a family that, even when it seems like things are lost, family is there just calling you and is just there in the distance. And all you have to do is reach out. And I think that it does a really great job of doing that, in addition to having the really cute characters that Disney is known for. Having a horse named Maximus act like a dog with the sniffing and the tracking and everything. And
Yeah.
then Pascal, of course, the little chameleon,
Oh,
who is
yeah.
just
Here's your pan. Here's
adorable.
your frog. It's
Hmm.
not a frog.
Yes.
It's a
No,
chameleon.
it's a chameleon. It's a little chameleon guy. So 8 out of 10 for that movie. And then my last two recommendations. One is actually technically a show. But it's also like, for me, they're all like little mini movies, like little short films. But the Charlie Brown stuff, we're still in that Charlie Brown kick here in the house, right? And
Yeah.
I had never seen this one before, but have you seen It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown?
I think I have seen that. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't think it's as good as the two Christmas films or the two Christmas episodes, and then even like the Thanksgiving episode. I think those are like those S tier level Charlie Brown shorts. This one is definitely still an A tier, still a very solid one. But basically, the whole story is Linus believes that there is the Great Pumpkin, and that if you are good and virtuous, that the Great Pumpkin will rise from the pumpkin patch, will rise from only the best and most humble pumpkin patches on Halloween night, and then give you toys. So it's basically like a play on, like, he believes in this like Santa-esque character in the Great Pumpkin, and it's great because it's almost like this weird little commentary, even like on propaganda, where it's like everyone's like, get away from him, get away from him, like don't let him.
He's gonna talk your ear off with that pumpkin stuff.
Exactly. It's like, oh, he's just gonna waste his Halloween night once again. But it's just got that typical, Peanuts charm, and it does a really good job, I think, with that. And then the last one is a film we only just recently watched. We're actually still watching it, but I've seen it before, so I can, rate it. By the way, again, 7.5 out of 10 for the great, for It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. This last one is also 7.5 out of 10 for me, and it's the film The Sword in the Stone.
Oh, okay.
The animated
I
classic.
don't think I fully saw like the whole thing.
Oh, okay. So it's an hour, 19-minute long, 1963 film, and I
it's
really
short. Okay.
enjoy it. A lot of these films, a lot of these classic animated films are a lot shorter, and you think about, it was hand-drawn animation, so they probably weren't really looking to have the longest of stories, which you appreciate as a parent and also appreciate as hey, the films are too long these days, right?
Right.
But it's great. The character of Merlin and his owl Archimedes are just hilarious together. That whole dynamic is great. Tells the story of Arthur and just his rise to becoming king. It's that classic story, but told in a way that I think a lot of kids can enjoy. The one caveat will be there's stuff that happens with this squirrel sequence, where basically he and Merlin, like Arthur and Merlin, become squirrels, and then two lady squirrels fall in love with them. And it was just a bit much. It's going to go over the kids' heads, but, it's there. And so I always get that warning, but it's still a G movie. It's not going to, drive anybody crazy. And again, your kids are not going to really pick up on that. But your older kids, maybe teens, will be like, oh, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Right.
But still 7.5 out of 10 for me.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. That's your TV and movie picks of the week. Odin's TV and movie picks of the week. Odin, thank you so much for your time, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Always great to talk with you.